Good morning. Welcome to another Ministry Minute with Pastor T. Look here this morning. I'm talking about if God be for you, who can be against you? I am in the New Living Translation Bible. I am in the book of Acts, chapter 27, and I'm going to start at verse 42. It says, the soldiers wanted to kill the prisoners to make sure they didn't swim ashore and escape. But the commanding officer wanted to spare Paul, so he didn't let them carry out their plan. Then he ordered all who could swim to jump overboard first and make for land. The others held on to planks or debris from the broken ship, so everyone escaped safely to shore. Amen. Here it is. Paul was on his way to Rome, and it was about 200 plus other people on the boat with him. Some of them were prisoners. Because Paul had appealed to Caesar, he was on his way to Rome. But earlier in chapter 27, Paul told the commanding officer, we need to stay in Crete or we gonna be shipwrecked. But the commander didn't want to listen to him. He only wanted to listen to the captain of the boat. After all, Paul was a prisoner. But here it is, they became shipwrecked. And the other soldiers wanted to kill the prisoners in fear that they would escape. But because Paul had favor with the commanding officer, he said, no, we ain't going to do that one. What we going to do, those who could swim, let them go and jump overboard and make it to land. And the rest of them get these broken pieces and get on over there to land. And what we have to understand, if God be for us, who can be against us? The soldiers had a plot and a plan to kill them. But the commanding officer say, no, I'm going to spare Paul's life. And so here it is, people of God. When the favor of God is on your life, when God gives you favor with men and women, it don't matter what plotting plans other people have. God's favor is better. And so here it is. We see God's favor having his way. And so it is. And the soldiers wanted to kill the prisoners to make sure they didn't swim ashore and escape. But the commanding officer wanted to spare Paul. You got some folk out there that you don't even know about that want to spare you. You got some folk out there plotting and planning on you, but you got some other folk that want to spare you. And let me tell you something. If God be for you, who could be against you? And this is what Paul said. If I would have read up some verses, if I would have started over there at verse number around 21 or 22, this is what the latter part, actually 23, the latter part of it says, what's more, God in his goodness has granted safety to everyone sailing with you. So take courage, for I believe God. It will be just as he said, but we will be shipwrecked on this island. In other words, because the people were there with Paul, because the other prisoners was there with Paul, God wasn't going to let them die either. And you have to understand, some people are still alive only because they connected to you for whatever reason or for whatever the season is. Some people are still standing only because they in close proximity to you. It ain't for you to get the big head. It ain't for you to be puffed up with pride. But it is for you to be like Paul and say, be of good courage. I believe God. And so no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what situations or circumstances you may face, have the testimony of Paul. Be of good courage, for I believe God. I don't care who out to get me. If God be for me, who could be against me? So on today, people of God, I just come by to let you know, be of good courage. I believe God. If it be the Lord's will, I'll be back on tomorrow. You have yourselves a blessed day.